Ciao, everybody. Welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Julian Gennady, and I am doing another Coach's Corner, this time on American Timothy Weah. He's been purchased from Lille, French team in Ligue 1, for 10 million euros plus two in added bonuses, potentially signing a 5-year contract, and he's going to be earning just over 1 million euros per season. That's a great deal in and itself. But stick around and we'll fill you in with the stats, the breakdown, and if I believe this is a good deal or not. So, like I said, stay tuned. Welcome back again. Timothy Weah from Juventus to, from Lille to Juventus for 10 million euros plus two added on. 5-year contract, 1 million per, as reported by Nico Schira, Romeo Gresti, Fabrizio Romano, Gianluca Di Marzio. So, what kind of player are we getting in Timothy Weah? Well, you can pretty much copy and paste what Juan Cuadrado has been for the club for the past 7, 8 years, however long Cuadrado's been on the club for, in terms of positionality, in terms of utility player or type of player. I'm not saying he's carbon copy of Cuadrado playing style, or if he's going to be as successful as Cuadrado was for the club, but the way he can play right back, right wing, or even left wing, Cuadrado was able to do that. So that's what Timothy Weah can bring. He can bring his ability to play any. When I say many positions, I'm going to say that I don't know if he can do it well enough at this level, but he can certainly fill in a position. And I'm going to bring that up right after his bio. Of course, we do the bio first. Timothy Weah, February 22nd, born 2000. He's 23 years old. He's listed as right winger. We'll get into that a little bit deeper. But for Lille this year, in Ligue 1, he had 29 appearances, 0 goals, 2 assists. So the output, if you guys have watched the fullback comparison video I did, you'll know some of these stats already. 2 yellow cards, no red cards. He started in over 47% of the matches. He played only half the minutes possible, and he contributed 3% of the goals. So 2 goals out of how many Lille scored in Ligue 1. Now, he did miss the first part of the season, like from training camp into the first couple months because of an injury. He's not injury prone, but he did miss this particular part of the season, or last season, with injury. That's why he's played 29 games. So move on to his actual position, his heat map. The bigger the circle, the more he's played in that position. So as you can see, the main position is right back, and then other positions all over the place. So you got right back, right wing, left back, striker. Obviously, if you play a 3-5-2, you can play as a wing back. If you play in a 4-3-3, you could be a winger. You can play up top if needed. If we're in a pinch, let's say Milik is hurt and Keane's suspended, throw Weah up there. Why not? Especially if you have backup in Castagna, or if you play 3 at the back and you want to play Timothy Weah up top. You have options with this guy in your team. Again, the quality of what he's going to provide probably isn't the best, but he's at least comfortable enough in a professional setting to be able to play in most positions, except for center midfield and center back. So there's his little chart for player or for positioning. Let me know in the comment section where you want to see him play. So we'll go to the defense because, again, he is replacing Juan Cuadrado in the team. Juan Cuadrado's been released, going on pastures anew. Good for him. But we need a guy who can fill his shoes in terms of squad composition. There's one green bar there for Timothy Weah's defensive acumen. He's not great defensively, and I think I portrayed that in the fullback video again. But if you are a defender coached by Max Allegri, you have to be able to defend. This tells me he is better suited for a wing-back role where there's insulation from midfielders, from center backs, to help him out if he does get burned on the outside. Defensively speaking, this is probably where you want to see Timothy Weah. If he is slotted in a back four as a right back, you're isolated a little bit more, and that's scary to me. Looking at just these deep dive stats, again, when I watched a few little games, because I like obviously Jonathan David, Canadian, like to watch him, and I've seen Timothy Weah also play for the USA. Again, they play Canada a lot, CONCACAF. So I actually watched Lille and USA quite a bit. I actually watched Weah quite a bit, and attacking, I have no problem with him in terms of getting past players, being in the right spot in the attacking third, being an option, being able to dribble out of pressure. I have no problem with him in that sense. Defensively, there's issues. It's like the little coach. I forget what the little coach is, or Lil's coach is, but it's like he was in a bind and he had to start Weah there. But it's just one of those things where, like, okay, things are going decently well. We'll leave him there just to get the cohesion going with the rest of the team. So I don't know if Allegri's going to want this. I don't know if Allegri signed off on this deal. I don't know who sanctioned it. I think it was an opportunity. Well, I'll give you my spiel at the end. But just looking at those numbers defensively, it's quite scary. Again, if he's isolated against a Leao, against a Kvaratskhelia, against a DeMarco possibly. If Weah is playing in a back four, I'm scared. And you're going to need probably Gatti to hold him on a leash if we're playing in a back four against Napoli, Inter, Milan. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see where he actually is used in this team. We'll go to the GCA and SCA now again, favorite stat. So again, like I said, attacking wise, I have no problem with him. He gets by his man quite a few times, more than Kostic, more than Cuadrado did, or on par with Cuadrado, except he would never pass backwards really. So Timothy Weah is able to get past his man. He can create opportunities. You see the green bars there. The thing is, the output in terms of goals isn't there. As you can see, the GCA is very low. So SCA is shots created. So he can get down to the line. He can get a shot off. He can get cross into his teammates, and they'll get shots on goal. So the amount of shots he creates for himself and teammates is decent. It's okay. There's green bars. That's good. Green means good. But then the actual output in terms of goal production for him and or creating goals for teammates, it's not so good. That attributes to possibly, well, definitely for him, his finishing ability. Also, the chances he creates for his teammates, are they the best? Are you just crossing it to the top of the box and someone's taking a 25-yard shot, getting on goal? Are you putting it on someone's head and they're just missing? I don't know so much of that because, like I say I watched Lille quite a bit, but when I say quite a bit, like 8 games. And Jonathan David did score 20-plus goals. So when Weah is creating chances, it's not falling to Jonathan David, is it? Doesn't seem like that anyway. So if his pre-goal creating action or shot creating action gets a little bit better, and better with better players at Juventus, because there are better players at Juventus than Lille, like, let's not kid ourselves. If Vlahovic stays and Timothy Weah cuts the ball back or creates a chance for him anywhere in the box, Vlahovic is probably scoring. Same with Milik, but hopefully Milik. The midfielders are all going to be okay in and around the box, even top of the box, to score goals. I think on this team you'll see a little bit more output just because of the better quality players around him. For the American national team, he's actually not prolific. I'm not going to say he's prolific. That's because everyone would know of him more if he was that prolific with the U.S. national team. But he isn't Like he's very, what's it called? He's busy. And yes, he is playing against like Trinidad and Tobago and those kind of teams, but still, um, he looks a lot better in the national team because he plays with a bit better players. He plays with Pulisic. He plays with Yunus Musa. He plays with just better players around him. So it's only you're better you're more likely to play better with better players around you. Move on to passing. Mostly green bars. Nice to see. I think, obviously, for him personally, he's never going to make that incisive pass forward. Like, he's never going to split balls in behind the defense. He's not going to play a great ball into the edge of the box, into the striker's feet with his back to goal. Like, he'll never make those kind of passes. He'll be on the end of them. Like, he'll wait for a Fagioli to split the team open and run in behind. He'll be ready for those, and he'll be the one receiving those passes. But he's never going to make those incisive passes. He can keep it simple, which is good. Again, in an Allegri team, there's no grand plan for wingbacks. It's just get open. If you're open and you're in the attacking third, cross the ball in. Good luck. But in the build-up, there's not really build-up with wingbacks in this system from Allegri. So if he has the opportunity to play short and simple, he can do it, which is good, which is saying more than his American teammate McKennie. So that's good. And then his crossing, I don't know if crossing's on this list, but it's okay. Nothing to write home about. It's fine. He prefers not to get out there and cross it from the touchline. He prefers to drive at people and then see what happens at the edge of the box or cutting it back and that stuff. So that's the kind of player we're having there. It's the complete, I'm going to say the complete opposite of Kostic, because Kostic will cross from anywhere. This guy prefers to drive first, and then worst case scenario, he crosses the ball in from further away. We're moving on possession now. Again, very good numbers. Quite clearly from what I just said there, the carries into the final third, he's very good at that. He's in the upper echelon in top 5 leagues. Progression passes received, high up again. Like, these are things that we do need. We do need players that want the ball in the attacking third and are willing to dribble at opponents, which he does do that. You can see it by the numbers there. Look at the carries, carrying distance, all that stuff. Like, dude can dribble. He can eat up space. He can dribble. Again, I think he's better than Kostic at that aspect of the game. And we know how much ground Kostic does cover with the ball, especially. So, take a look at those stats there. He does get dispossessed. Actually, not too much. I don't know why Ali made 57 a green bar. But we move on to the last stat page, I guess. And it's miscellaneous, yellow cards, sure, who cares. Fouls a lot. He does foul a lot for a fullback. Again, it's because he can't really defend well. Like I said, ball recoveries, very low. Crosses, like I said, 50 percentile, so it doesn't cross that much. Like I said, yeah. Aerials won a loss. He's not the most physical player ever either. He's kind of skinny. But yeah, other than that, like, I'll get into the final parts of it now. My grand statement. After seeing those stats, let me know what you think. Let me know if you're excited about the signing. But let me put it this way. He is an opportunity signing who has similar characteristics to Juan Cuadrado, in the sense that he can be a utility player, play around the field, predominantly on the right-hand side. He had 1 year left on his contract. He was signed for 10 million euros plus 2 million in bonuses. Very cheap. He's young, 23 years old. International player with the American national team. He's also played in Europe for years. He grew up in the PSG system, played at Celtic, played at Lille, decent teams, and the main thing is the salary's like not even it's €1 million a year for now, and it's a 5-year contract. So this has potential sell-on value. This player, especially if he explodes. Like let's say he gets 15 G&A this upcoming season, you can sell him for 30 mil. And I think Juventus might do that if that's the case. That's wishful thinking. That's like best case scenario, 15 G&A. Goals and assists, by the way, when I say G&A. But let me know what you guys think. I think this is an opportunistic signing that has a player profile is extremely similar to what you are just leaving or letting walk out the door in Juan Cuadrado. Again, will he reach Cuadrado standards from 5 years ago? I have no idea. He has the tools. So let's see what he can do. Thank you all for watching. Like I said, let me know in the video or in the comment section what you guys think. Follow Bianconeri Zone at the Bianconeri Zone on all social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We'll see you next time on Coach's Corner because lots of things are popping up. So enjoy, and hopefully we get a big name. That'd be nice. Ciao.